There we go.
Give them a minute, so that they
Yep.
can know that we're going live. This is just,
Countdown has begun.
yeah, this is one of theirs.
That's neat. I like that countdown.
So I just picked a random countdown. I didn't know it was for a minute, but it gives me a chance to take another hit.
There you go. You
Really.
need the Y2J countdown.
Oh, man, I got some really good shit. I got enough to last me a couple months now. I came back with an ounce from Michigan.
Oh, nice. Is it legal there? I don't know where it's legal, so I know Colorado
It's
is.
legal in Michigan and Illinois, which are the two,
Oh,
that are closest to me. I think it's
right.
legal in Indiana too.
Okay.
Hello, welcome. We had an
Hey, welcome everybody.
interesting week this week. I mean, my God, SummerSlam was huge. A lot happened. A few title changes happened. So, welcome to All Things Wrestling. We've got some locker codes that we'll be giving you for WWE 2K24. So, how you doing today, Chris?
Pretty good, pretty good. Had to make another quick trip and come back, so sorry about that.
It's
Made it though.
all's good. Uh,
Yep.
all right. Now, the first match you said you missed, but I give you a
Yeah.
little preview. Let's see if
I
we
know.
can share it.
Yeah.
I'm
Of course
I'm
I have seen
new
the
at
end.
this, so please bear with me.
Yep. Yep. I have seen the whole flip and turn and yeah.
This,
Ooh, damn.
there's a commercial for,
I know that was still cool though.
but here we go.
Nice.
That
Yeah.
was smart too. Rhea had her number,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they're gonna show the whole match or not. This is from the official WWE website.
Right. Interesting. I know he eventually turned on Rhea, but
Yeah, well, she ain't mommy no more.
no. What are they, the
But anyway, I
Terror
don't want to get in
Twins or
trouble
something?
for I don't
Yeah,
want to
too
get in
much.
trouble for playing too much of that. But that was the first match, you know, and it seems like one, Rhea had too much distractions going on, you know, and the
Yeah.
jealousy between, over Dom. And I'm thinking, what a fucking waste that was.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
But I also think she had a little ring rust on her, and she underestimated Liv. Otherwise, she would have gotten that without, but Dom
Yeah.
assisted. She had her.
Hmm.
Dom put her foot on Liv's foot on the rope, cost Rhea the match because she had it right there.
Yeah.
But it's like, why'd she roll her that far too? Because you see, when she rolled her over, it's like she rolled her over twice so that she could get close enough to put her foot on the rope.
It's kind of like what Damien did later on, but we'll get into that later. But it's kind of like what Damien did later.
And speaking of that, I knew that was coming though, them turning on him.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to get into that yet, but yeah. I think Liv's a little better than people give her credit for, but she's not on a Rhea level at all.
No,
So
no.
Rhea definitely had her if it wasn't for Dom.
Yeah, Rhea got the best of her, but that foot on the rope deal, and yeah,
Yeah,
she
and
it's.
oh, and he grabbed a chair from her or something
But
too,
I
didn't
knew
he?
that whole thing. Well, think about it. All right, she took the belt from Rhea. She
Yep.
took Dom from Rhea. She took the Judgment Day from Rhea. She's kind of
Yep.
like, what do you call that? Who was that? Yoko Ono. and the Beatles, breaking up the Beatles.
Right. Wow, never thought about
Kind of the same
that.
thing. Liv Morgan fits in that category, right?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I never thought of that.
But she said she was going to do it, though.
Yep.
She did exactly what she said she was going to do. And the thing is, if you look at it from Finn Balor's perspective and McDonough, I hate that little prick. But anyway, the one that nobody wanted in the Judgment Day except Finn Balor
Yeah.
to begin with, they got the tag team titles because of Liv Morgan's help.
That's true. That's true. I'd kind of
So
forgotten
when
about
that
that.
happened, and the way they had her in the locker room a couple of times, and you knew this was coming,
Yeah.
and so we'll get to the rest of that when we get to that match.
Right. You're good. Yes, good match. I think Sammy was next. I have to look. It's been a long day for me.
Oh well. Anyway, sorry about the interruption there.
Nope, that happens.
Wife wasn't quick enough to get in the phone. But our next match, oh shit! Did I mean those two, Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker?
Oh shit.
And I knew if he could just keep his anger in check, his rage,
Yeah.
that he was going to walk away with that belt. I said it. And the thing is, as good as Sami Zayn is, man, that was one hell of a slobber knocker.
Yes.
Those two took each other to the limit, and Sammy fell short.
Yep. And I kind of figured Sammy would lose. I don't want to call him a transitional champion, but he kind of was.
Well,
they had to get it off Gunther, so he could
I
go on
mean,
to
he
bigger and better things.
he put up a hell of a fight to get that title too, because he took out Gunther, the longest reigning champion. So
Exactly.
that goes on the record books.
Yeah.
That he's the one that took out the champion and defeated his intercontinental reign.
Yeah.
The longest intercontinental reign of anybody.
Yeah. I
But
didn't think Sammy would go like a 6 month or a year title reign. I figured it'd be 3 months or so.
I just knew if Braun Breaker could keep that anger in check and that rage in check, he's going to succeed. He's going to go a long way. He's got the talent of both his uncle and his dad.
And a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got, for his size and structure, he's got some fucking speed.
Those moonsaults and the speed or whatever their backflips or whatever it is he does. But
he still pays homage to them.
Yep.
To the Steiners. I've seen the Frankensteiner, or they call it, what do they call it?
Hurricane
The Frankensteiner. That's what it's called now.
Yep. And he's done the Steiner recliner. And
even though he was trying to not follow in their foot or have that shadow of their name, he couldn't hide it.
Yeah.
Because it came out, and when it came out, you still hear the
That's what I was going to say. The dog barks.
Steiner, because he was what they call him?
Dog-faced gremlin.
Yeah, dog-faced gremlin.
I always liked Rick Steiner.
Yeah, I did too. Scott got on steroids and turned into an ass.
Yep.
Up a pump. Yeah.
Yep.
And I can see some of that in him too.
Yeah.
That big Papa Pump character.
Yeah. As long as I don't start hearing holler if you hear me, I think I'll be okay.
So, but now he's got it. We'll have to see if he can hold that belt for very long because he's got a big target on his back.
Yep.
You know, I mean, they talk about champions, but when they talk about champions, the ones that come out the most that they talk about is the greatest intercontinental champions, and the list goes on and on. And
Yep.
and sometimes I think that belt in the locker room or with the wrestlers is probably more prestigious than the heavyweight title.
I think so, just because that one gets like merged and unmerged and
Right.
redone, and the Intercontinental title and even the U.S. title
And
just
some of the greatest, I mean, Eddie
yeah,
Guerrero, Shawn Michaels,
yep,
list goes on and on and on. Scott Hall,
yeah. Oh, Scott Hall, I forgot about him. Yeah,
when he
I
was
mean
Razor
Hogan.
Ramon,
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
you know, there, I mean, that list goes on and on, but, these guys held that belt. And then you got Gunther, who held it the longest,
yep.
you know.
666 days.
Yeah.
Hard
Strange
number to
number to
forget.
end on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Hmm.
and the other one, this one was my favorite match. Okay. See, I watched them the next day because Saturday I was still on my way home from Michigan.
Logan and LA Knight.
Yeah. You
The,
know,
the only thing I had an issue with on that is when he got hit with the knuckles, he really didn't sell it that hard. Otherwise, I liked it. That was the only issue I
yep.
had
I
looking at
just,
it.
I just, I like the result the most.
Right, I knew you would. Yeah, because I know you
You
don't like
know,
Logan Paul too much.
because that title got taken away from that little SOB, and I think LA Knight is going to run with it.
Yeah, I got tired. I like Logan Paul as a wrestler. I got tired of all the every time he had to have whoever the hell that was last time and all his
Well,
little
it's
cronies
just
jump
like
in and
he's a cocky little fucker, but he always has to use the brass knucks or something.
yep. He's
And
already got a
it's like,
titanium
can't
hand. Why
you
do you need
just
breast knucks?
can't you just fight it out? You got the talent. You proved that. Just
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But
I figured Knight was going to win. He had to at this point.
but
Okay, we're good.
LA Knight, I think, is going to go a long way with the title. And
Right.
I'd like them. What happened to the good old days when John Cena, and I'm not fond of him either because I think he's a terrible actor.
Can't
Uh,
argue.
but he doesn't need the money. He's in it for the fame.
Yeah.
Okay, because he comes from money.
Yep.
Okay, but what happened to the Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown? The champion, Intercontinental Champion or the U.S. Champion comes out and issues an open challenge
An open challenge,
for the
right?
title. What happened to that? You know,
That's right. Yeah, I always like that. And especially those
that's what
titles. They
made
need to be
those two
defended.
championship belts more
Yeah.
prestigious than the heavyweight title because they'd come out and they'd do the open challenges. You know,
Yeah, they need to be
uh,
defended every week, I think, or every other week of the
and I hope he does that with the U.S. title now.
yeah. Yeah, to quote him.
Hmm. You know,
I'm not a big fan of LA Knight either, but I think he needed to
he
win.
gets that crowd going.
Yeah, exactly. I
You
think I
know,
told Jeremy that on Saturday night when we were talking to each other about that too. I said something like that.
he
I can
gets
see
that
why
crowd
everyone.
going so good that he's money to WWE.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely. And putting a
and
title on him, we'll see what he can do.
and they want them top stars to have them titles because it's more money
Yep,
for
yep.
them. It's all about the business and making money.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
they make money, the wrestlers make more money.
Yep.
You know,
And more merch and more. They said
yeah.
LA Knight like was selling the most T-shirts, and he only had one T-shirt or something. I was reading a couple
Well,
months ago, so that was like, holy crap,
well,
you
yeah.
know.
Well, why do you
That's
think?
how popular and over he is.
Well, for the longest time, it was Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns
Yep.
selling the most merch, And that's why they headed up Friday Night SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. You were never
Yep.
going to have those two on the same show as long
No.
as they were the big money makers. But now you got this younger generation coming in, and their merch is starting to sell, and do better than Roman and Seth.
Yep.
And
I like that new Roman shirt again. Not jumping ahead, but I like that new Roman shirt too.
Yeah, we'll get to that too.
Yep.
But now our next match here is Nia Jax and Bayley.
Bayley.
I got to give Bayley credit. Man, she put up a good fight.
That freaking power bomb. Oh my god. I literally chanted here, holy shit, like you hear on TV and stuff.
But I mean, for her to do that, twice?
Yeah.
At the end there was no way Bayley stood a chance after that.
No.
I mean, kicking out of it once, that was impressive.
Yep.
Enough. But
and I called it
ready, but she wasn't totally ready for Nia. Obviously.
I called the tease for the Iffy coming in once she didn't come out with Nia. I was like, what? She's either going to cash or tease cashing. And she teased cashing basically for the distraction.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm waiting for. I thought she was going to bash Nia in the back of the head though, with it and. Cash.
I was waiting for it to happen because I heard rumors that she was going to cash in on it.
Right, and the way she kept she's always like 2 or 3 steps behind her. It seemed like when they were celebrating in there. So I was just waiting for her to look down at it and swing.
But I bet you if Bayley would have won that, she would have cashed it in too.
Yeah.
With Nia's help.
Right.
Either way, I don't think Bayley had a chance of walking out with the title.
No.
She put up a hell of a fight, but.
And she had a good reign. And she elevated it a bit.
Yeah, she'll get it back eventually.
Yeah.
She'll go reinvent herself or whatever.
She'll come back as a hugger. No, I don't know. She does good at reinventing it, just enough.
But here we go, next match. And oh my God, what a slobber knocker! And
Drew and Punk.
Holy shit, is what I got to say. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre with special guest referee of Seth frickin' Rollins.
Who basically said, "Do whatever the hell you want."
and you know what?
And I have no issue with that. It fits the storyline. So
that whole thing that happened right there, I mean, they were putting up a hell of a fight, the two of them.
Yeah.
And Seth was letting them get away with quite a bit. But when all the shit broke loose after that, I hate to say it, but CM Punk, you got nobody to blame but yourself.
I was going to say that. Punk I was like, what did Seth do wrong? I get the bracelet, but he picked it up and got it out of the way.
Well, yeah, he picked it up and got it out of the way, and his intentions were probably to hold on to it so Drew didn't get it, so that he could give it back to, that seemed like, to me, what Seth was up to. He was going to give it back to CM Punk after the match.
Yeah.
He was just holding on to it for safety and to keep it out of Drew's hand.
And he even said something like that when Punk pointed at it. He said, I just picked it up or something.
Yeah, he just picked it up to keep it safe. And CM Punk lost his cool.
Yep.
And CM Punk's got nobody to blame but himself on that one. He really doesn't. And now he's got a target on his back from Seth Rollins too. Mm-hmm. After all this shit.
Except for what happened Monday.
And I'm sure Drew's not done with him yet either.
No.
I mean,
because he took the bracelet then at the end again.
Yeah.
So. He got he got CM Punk's bracelet back.
Well, think about what Punk did. He cost Drew the title how many times?
Exactly.
You know, and the biggest was when he tripped his leg, and then Damien cashed in on him on a
Yeah, I was
pay
gonna say
per view.
right after he
Yeah,
won,
at a
wasn't
pay
it?
per view.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so he's not done with CM Punk yet. But now
No.
CM Punk's got Seth Rollins hunting him down too.
Right.
You know, after
Except
that.
except for Monday when he got splashed like 7 times by Bronson
Oh,
Reed or
hey
whatever.
Tom. Hi Janet.
Hi, Tom.
Sorry, I'm still
Pickle
new to
Tom.
this. I forgot to put the comments up so I could see them.
Pickle
Pickle
Tom.
Tom. So
Yeah, that'll be interesting. You saw what happened to Seth on Monday, right? Or did you read about it?
I think I did, but I don't remember. Refresh my memory.
Bronson Reed attacked him and splashed him, used his finisher on him like 6 times or something.
Oh yeah, and he got taken out on a stretcher.
Yeah, and was coughing up blood.
Yeah,
So
he
that
was
might.
coughing up blood. So what'd they say? You got an update?
I have not got one yet. I was trying to look for stuff today, but I think maybe it's just take him off TV for a little bit and let Punk and Drew finish their stuff, and then he'll be back.
Well, he was not only bleeding out of his mouth, spitting up, coughing up blood, but he had it coming out of his nose too.
Wow.
So that's a good sign of internal injuries.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
Like maybe he cracked a rib and it punctured his lung or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and it could be used to ride him off more back, rest his back for a little bit more, or depending on if his back still hurts, I don't know. But, that was always a big concern for me with him.
Yeah, well, that was probably, I would bet, a real injury.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that move Bronson Reed does is no joke. I mean,
but I'm sure they'll give us an update on Friday or Monday.
Of Bronson Reed, 330
when and if he'll return.
Yeah.
We'll
see. If he returns that quick, then we know it was scripted. If he takes a couple months off, then we'll know. Yeah. Either way, I mean.
Yeah, so that keeps Seth out of the picture, but when he comes back, I'm sure he's going to have it out for CM Punk.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a Mania match.
And now, this one, oh my God.
Priest and Gunther.
Damian Priest and Gunther.
Right.
And now he walks away with the belt. I wonder how long he's going to hold on to this one.
I don't think he's breaking any records with it, but
no, he definitely ain't going to break any records with it. That'll be far off.
Yeah, I guess he can technically break the record for the longest reign with this belt, but since this is a brand new championship.
But they were both held by Roman at one time.
Well, this is the new belt, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both.
Isn't this the belt they created like a year and a half ago?
New belt. I really hate it when they merge them together, then they split them apart, and they did that with the tag team titles too.
Yeah. But either way,
and
I think Gunther's in for a healthy reign. But this was a turning match.
And I'm glad that they separated the tag team titles finally too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about fucking time.
Yep.
Because that was bullshit.
There was one point in the match, and maybe it's just me thinking about it. It looked like Priest was going to run and do his little where he steps over the rope and flips, and then thought twice about it and stopped and went out the other side of the ring. Maybe it's just me overanalyzing it, but I thought maybe he thought he was going to botch something up again. And so he's like, nope.
I think his mind wasn't on the match.
If you just totally look at it, it's like he's running right at it like he's going to do it, and then he just like stops stops like one step
Well,
before, and he's like, nope. And
after
because
what
that's like a
Dom did to Rhea earlier in the night,
yeah.
you know,
Did you expect this? Did you expect this turn to happen too
oh yeah,
tonight?
I
Tonight? I
expected
mean,
it.
well, SummerSlam.
I expected it to happen. I knew the Judgment Day was about ready to implode, and I
Yeah, I knew
knew
that was going
that
to happen.
I had that whole thing because, like I said earlier, Liv Morgan had a plan. You know, she's gonna take the belt, she's gonna take
Yep,
Dom, and she's gonna take the Judgment Day,
and she
right?
did.
And when she helped them win the tag team titles, they, you know, really, and having her back there in the locker room, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this
Yeah.
whole thing was going to implode the minute Rhea got back,
Yep.
and it did. And they kicked out both Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. But you know
Yeah.
what? At the end of it, they said they took whatever the social media or whatever, Rhea and Damian, and they said, "We are the Judgment Day."
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Cool.
Think about it, though.
Yeah, they were the
The
original two.
original, it started with Edge.
Well, Edge and those two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they brought in Finn Balor.
that's right.
And then that's where they kicked Edge out.
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause they were kind of fighting. Yeah, that whole
So,
feud.
so it kind of like history repeated itself within the Judgment Day.
Yep.
You know,
There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't overdo that, it works fine. And I liked how this worked out. And again, like you're talking about rolling him close to the ropes, that's what happened this time too. He hit his finisher, then had to push Gunther close to the rope so Finn could do the foot thing.
but they sat there and the whole Judgment Day imploded in front of our eyes.
That's right.
You know, right after that match. I mean, you know, Damian, they kicked him out, like, what was it, right after that match, or was it Monday? Either way,
Yeah, it was right after, essentially. Either way, yeah.
you know, I always thought, and I said it before, that the Judgment Day was holding Damian back
Yeah.
from greatness.
Yep.
And now that he's on his own, I expect him to really.
I think it was good to get him exposure and build him up,
Right,
but
but he
once
was
he won
so
the title,
talented coming
yeah,
over from NXT. I
yeah.
saw him a few times in NXT, and I said, when he gets to one of the big shows, he's going to be
I used
impressive.
I used to watch him on Ring of Honor, and even there, because he used to do the flips and all that there, and I was like, he needs to go to WWE immediately. And then when I read Priest Martinez, I was like, well, who the hell is this? And I saw a picture. I was like, that's what I said. He needs to be in. And then, of course, he went to NXT first. But, of
You
course, that's what
know,
they do. That's what they do. So,
and he pays homage to so many different wrestlers that
yeah.
have taken some of his moves. You know, like the, what was that, the Falcon's Arrow or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
was. I think you go back in time, that same move, you know, goes back to Seth Rollins, and then it goes back even further and further.
Yep.
But then you got and he still calls it this, the Razor's Edge.
Yeah. And they even, the
It honors
broadcasters
Scott
even
Hall.
said that. Yeah. The announcers even said it. I think they might have called him Razor Ramon. I don't know. But they
But
said
either
he did
way,
that to announce it.
same
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he does that to honor him.
And he
And
was
I always
one of
liked the move, too.
he's on that list of the greatest Intercontinental Champions.
Yeah. Here you
You know,
go.
Razor Ramon was on that list.
Yep.
Now we get down to the main event and all the fun. This
Yep.
is where all my good predictions about that Samoan family are coming to light.
Right. I liked it.
You know,
I'm not a Solo fan at all. I'm not a big
it
Cody
was
fan. But that's exactly what I
undisputed
felt.
champion Cody Rhodes son of Dusty, versus Solo Sikoa, or Solo Sequoia, or whatever the fuck his name
However,
is,
yeah,
in a bloodline match, bloodline rules match. Now,
which
we've heard
basically
of this
means no DQ.
before, and basically all it is just anything goes.
Yep.
There are no rules. And it was going good for a while there. I noticed, nobody
Yep.
was coming out, nobody was interfering for the longest time.
I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it. I expected it to happen a lot earlier than it did.
Right.
And then, those other two, the new bloodline, as they call it, bloodline
Yeah.
2.0 or whatever,
Whatever they are.
they come out, and then you got Jacob out there and all of them, and they're beating the hell out of it. And I knew it. I knew. I'm looking. I'm going. I said it to my wife before they came. After a while, I said, Kevin Owens comes out. I'm going. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. He's had a
Yep.
beef with them guys ever since they got there.
Yeah. Since it was this bloodline
Right.
behind me.
Yeah. Right. And then I said it before it happened. I says, next up, Randy Orton.
Right.
And sure enough, he comes out. And I do like that thing that they did. Who said that to him? You're not going to get me out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then Randy turns around and said, "Yep, you're going to see it coming. I want you to see it coming." But
Yeah.
anyway, that was Monday night. I got ahead of myself there, but it just
That's okay.
kind of clicked. Yeah, they do. They come. They do. Hello, Robert. They do become
Robert.
predictable. But anyway, boy, the roof fell off.
Yeah.
Roman comes out next after Randy.
Yep.
And I said this was going to happen. I said he was going to return at SummerSlam.
Yes, you did.
And he sat there, and for a moment, just for a slight moment, he made you think he was out there to help Solo.
Yeah.
And he sits there, and he did the Superman punch on Solo. Then he then he speared him and all that. Walks out of the ring, and he kind of like winks at Cody.
Yep.
I noticed. And but that T-shirt, oh my God, OTC.
I loved it. Yeah. Original Tribal Chief.
Tribal Chief.
I like that.
I like that. And
I like the look on Solo's face when he returned. He was like, "Oh shit!"
So now here's where it starts, folks. He just returned. Now we're gonna see Jimmy's return.
Yep, I heard he was supposed to return and fight off Jacob, but because of Jacob's injury,
so
couldn't.
He's gonna.
I hope Jacob's okay.
He's gonna return.
Yeah.
And then Jay's gonna be part of it as well.
Yep.
And then you got them going against Solo's group, and you're gonna have a Samoan Civil War.
Yep.
Or Bloodline Civil War. All right.
Whatever way you say it.
And this is going to take a while because it's going to build up. They're gonna have fun with this storyline. They're going to make it last, and they're going to, it's going to be Roman taking on Solo and all this, and he's going to show you who the real tribal chief is and head of the table, all that stuff that Roman did.
And these three jumps this guy, and the other two come.
They're going to make this build up to like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Civil War. The war that ended all will happen at WrestleMania.
They have to. I was thinking Survivor Series, but you can't even do it there.
But that's my prediction.
Yeah, that's way too
soon. They might do it at Survivor Series, but I think that might be a little too
too soon.
coming
Yeah,
up too quick and they could really make some money off this Bloodlines
yeah.
Civil War. They got
There's so many, of
bring.
them out there that they can bring in
Well,
too.
let's see.
Still,
Currently, what they've got Solo, and there's 3 others.
yeah, 3 others on their team, and they've signed one guy that hasn't appeared yet, like
Right. So you
Godzilla
got
or something.
4 others. So there's 5 of them total.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
that
the three behind me too.
and building it up to WrestleMania. Well,
You
it
got
gives Roman enough time to get 3 more.
Yeah. Well,
You
you
know,
got two right behind you
but
plus Rock. So I
no,
mean,
see,
so you got
Rock's
nine
going to be
total.
on Solo. Here's the thing:
Yeah.
Rock might be on Solo's side
Right. Which means that new guy might be
because
on Roman's
remember
side.
before Cody got that belt, right? For
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
WrestleMania where things changed at the last minute.
Yep.
It was supposed to be Roman
And
versus The
Rock.
Rock.
Yep.
We still have to get that match.
Yep. At some point. Yep.
And it's going to be a WrestleMania match.
Yep.
See,
So does
so
Bloodline go in
the only
XPU?
logical way to do that is have The Rock take Solo's side
Yeah.
in this whole thing.
Right now, as big a babyface as Roman's going to be, yeah.
I mean, you got to realize that Samoan family is huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so many of them out there.
And they could bring in a lot of them and have but then again, it could be like Roman, the Usos, uh,
The new
and
guy, whatever his name is, Godzilla,
Cody,
Sammy,
Kevin Owens, and
RKO.
Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It could go that way too. I mean, who knows?
What if? And I brought this up a long time ago. What if I've been reading Dean Ambrose might not re-sign with AEW, maybe a Shield.
I don't know. That
Shield and the Usos, basically, versus.
that would blow the roof off the fucking place.
Could you just imagine that? Like those three are standing in the ring, and he's like, "You can't count. There's 5 of us." He's like, "Oh, I got 2 more," and then you hear the Shield music. That would fucking pop, dude.
Oh, that would blow the roof off the place. I mean, the last time they had that Shield music play because of Seth Rollins at what was that pay-per-view? Was that WrestleMania?
That was Mania, I think, when he came in to distract Roman.
Right.
And he came out dressed like it in the old
right.
gear, and yeah,
and the music, and came out down the audience, and
yep,
the roof just, I mean, it really blew off the place. That was like one of those oh my god moments, the whole
I did too, and
went nuts.
I wanted Roman to win, and I popped for that moment, dude.
I did. I fell for it too. I thought, what, Dean Ambrose is back too?
That was who I thought. I was like, Dean Ambrose.
But no, I was a little disappointed, but still, it was cool when they did that.
Yep.
And it proves that that the Shield has still got one hell of a following.
Yeah, I always liked them.
I did too. But I always said during that whole thing, that the run when they appeared as the Shield, I always said that Roman was the glue.
Yeah.
That held them three together.
Yep.
Absolutely. But on another note, we could see Paul Heyman's return now that Roman's back.
And Paul Heyman, yep. And if Paul comes, could he drag Brock?
Because remember,
Brock's going too much trouble.
He stood up to Solo and said, you are not my tribal chief and all that shit. And then he got the shit beat out of him.
Yep. And he got the Shield power bomb, basically, ironically enough.
So you could see his return soon too, to help Roman figure this out. But I don't know. I haven't been following AEW lately because I've been kind of busy with other things.
Yeah, I just kind of dirt sheet it. I just watch kind of highlights.
If his contract is up and he comes back, that would be huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Especially something like that out of the blue Shield. Because if he shows up first, it won't be as big a
hey
pop. Is what I'm
Dom,
saying.
how you doing?
Hey Dom, but if he like, it's a surprise with him and Seth popping out as the Shield. Oh my god, I'll wet my bed, dude. I'll wet my bed.
Now I did watch Monday Night Raw, but the only thing I remember is what happened at the end.
Nice. I have not
You
seen it.
know,
That's on me.
Chad Gable was
Oh yeah.
kind of stupid for what he did. He called out the Wyatt Six,
Oh my god.
and the fucking crowd went ape shit. I mean, even before the match started, they're going, "This is awesome." You know, those chants started. But they come out. You had Nikki Cross. You had, Joe. What was his name? Their names.
Oh, Joe Gacy. I can't remember those guys' name. And then Bo and Eric Rowan. I can't remember the fifth guy's name. Nikki, Bo, Eric,
Whoops.
Joe Gacy.
It was Joe Gacy. Um,
I'm seeing the other guy. He was always quiet and had that quick thing with the Miz. And,
yeah, he had that like stone look. He looked like he was going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin
yeah,
when he was originally in WWE the first time.
yeah.
Um,
Never
I'm
talked.
seeing if I can
Never.
get the names here. Oh, here we go. Dexter Loomis.
There you
That's the
go.
one. He was Mercy the Buzzard. Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch, but they've got Sister Abigail in parentheses, but I got something to say on that too in a minute.
Yes.
And Joe Gacy is Huskus the Pig Boy. Eric Rowan is Rambling Rabbit. And then, of course, we have Uncle Howdy, Bo
Bo
Dallas.
Devos.
So basically, he brought Bray Wyatt's what was that called? That show?
The Funhouse.
Yeah, the Funhouse. He brought all his characters to life.
Yeah, all the little puppets.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. And Dexter Loomis, he was always a scary dude to start with because he had that stone cold look and stare, and he didn't say
Quiet.
much, but he was
Yeah.
very intimidating looking. And man, now it's even freakier.
Yeah.
But now the thing I got about to say about Nikki Cross is Abby the Witch is not the same as Sister Abigail.
No.
They're two separate characters from Bray Wyatt's mind. Okay?
Yep.
And Sister Abigail was last played by none other than Alexa Bliss.
Yep.
Okay? So I expect, because you've only got, this is called the Wyatt Six, and there's only 5 members.
Yeah.
And this is going to go 2 ways, one of 2 ways. Okay? Either the 6th member is going to be Sister Abigail, and it's going to be Alexa Bliss, or and I could see that happening, and them going for tag team gold.
Ooh, that'd be cool. They've been tag champs before, right?
Right, exactly right. Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss were tag team partners once before.
Nice. Your puppy liked that idea.
Sorry about that. Somebody
No,
must
you're
be
great.
here.
You're great, man.
But now the other one, which he's already back in return, would be Braun Strowman. Who is it? Oh. So,
Oh,
but Braun Strowman's already there.
yeah.
And I remember interviews with Braun Strowman where they turned around and said, okay, when I return, and this was before he returned this last time, I really want to do something that will really, um, you know, remember Bray Wyatt
Honor.
as Braun.
Yep.
Yeah, honor. There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's the word. So, and he hasn't really done that much yet, the way I think he wanted to, or the way he kind of said he wanted to.
Right.
So that could happen too. He could be the sixth member,
Yep.
and do one of those storylines like they did with Bray Wyatt, where he turned Alexa Bliss, but he turns Braun Strowman. See, where
Nice.
Uncle Howdy, you know, turns
Yeah.
Braun Strowman. See,
Yep.
using Abby the Witch.
Right.
You
And you can always pull another character out and say that was always deep hidden within, make him something else if you wanted to. I can't even think of something,
right, but
but
I'm
if
just
you
saying
wanted to,
it's possible.
or just throw the sheep mask on him again.
And they've got. I mean, there's two. Now there. I mean, Eric Rowan, his he lost. Well, they all lost. Eric Rowan, Bo Dallas, they all lost, and Braun Strowman all lost two members of the original Wyatt family that they were close to.
True. True.
You had Luke Harper
Yeah. I liked him always.
and Bray Wyatt now,
Yeah.
and I've seen Eric Rowan talk about it, and he's like he's going to honor both of them in his
Yeah.
portrayal of that rabbit and stuff, and he did. I mean, if you notice, he's got that sledgehammer.
Oh, I didn't even know. You
You
point that
know,
out to me every time we talk about it. I always forget.
and that's to honor the Bludgeon Brothers. When
Yes.
when Luke Harper and Eric Rowan were called the Bludgeon Brothers, and they both
Yes.
came out with yeah.
The big helm or the big hammer.
Yep.
Yes.
So I think they're and the way the crowd reacted to them, man, it was something else. Those
Yeah.
fireflies lit up that whole stadium,
Ye-
you know, and they oh man, you know, they were shouting and cheering, and the roof blew off the place when they came out, and they they just totally destroyed Chad Gable and them two new flunkies of his.
yeah. It's Creed brothers or whatever they
The
are.
Creed brothers, yeah. You
Yeah.
know,
They kind of needed to.
and it's like, what's with Chad Gable? He's always got to have somebody to kind of kick around or something and bully. I mean, he's
Yeah.
doing the same thing
Yeah.
that he was doing to Otis and what's his name?
Oh God. Tozawa.
Tozawa,
Something
yeah.
like those.
I always forget his name.
Right. I just heard it the other day, so that's the only reason I remember it.
But
that was
anyway,
crazy.
we're gonna end this on a note here.
The locker codes.
I'm gonna show I'll actually show the web page,
Oh, nice.
if I can share it.
Of course.
Here we go.
New tech's fun. You go down the bottom. Okay, there we go.
See if we can bring this up like this. Like
Couple.
this.
There you go.
Let's see.
Summer 224. Oh wow.
Oh.
Just destructoid, huh?
So we've got two new ones here. And I don't know if you can read them too well because that's a little small. But then my screen's, you might have to go full screen to read these. But you can look it up online. This is Destructoid.com
Okay.
/ WWE 2K24 / locker / codes. Basically just Google locker codes. But there's a new one that you redeem it. It's WWE 2 Cats, KATS.
Okay, at SummerSlam, basically.
Yeah, SummerSlam, SMMRSLM. Redeem for one deluxe SummerSlam pack, one singlet Supreme pack, and one deluxe Heat 2-pack.
Wow.
Then you got the Summer WWE 2K24 redeem for 1,500 or 15,000 VC and 2 SummerSlam packs. And it's the next one is secure the bag redeem for 7,500 VC. And here's my favorite one that I saw. Or no, this isn't it. It's one at the bottom. I don't think I got. Maybe I did. But this one's Pat Summer Gift 24 redeemed for Amethyst Extreme Series Drew McIntyre. Ooh. 2 deluxe punches and promo packs and 3 faction war tickets.
Wow. Those are some good ones.
So those are some good codes. And I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, same.
And I did redeem this one. I remember that. But they don't say it on here, but I have noticed that, and this is a tip for all the people that play WWE 2K24, is that some of these codes do expire.
Yep.
After time.
Did that a couple years ago with it, or whenever they had them the first time.
Yep.
Ooh, that guy's ugly. There we go.
There we go. So, until next time, what's coming up next? What is coming up next?
I don't know. I talked about it with
Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy. What's up, Jeremy? We reviewed SummerSlam and gave away some locker codes.
Yeah.
If you play.
What's the next pay-per-view?
What's the next pay-per-view, Jeremy? You know. Unless he Googles it and finds out real quick. My Google's slow tonight. Oh, they're POEs now. I forgot.
Yeah, well.
Bash in Berlin. Yeah, Bash in Berlin. Randy's going to fight Gunther for the title. It's the only thing I know about that one.
That's what it is. So instead of Bash at the Beach, they're calling it Bash in Berlin. So, that'll, I noticed they're taking some of these old shows, what they used to be, and turning them into something else because NXT's got one coming up, I think, soon too, called, what was it called? Shit. Anyway, I can't.
Guys.
But they've done some of these old shows that used to be on WCW or NWA back in the day, and they've kind of,
I always look forward to the Great American Bash
with it because they own all those rights now, to all those.
Great American Bash was always my favorite NWA.
Yeah,
WCW.
And then they used to have war games, where the 2 rings were inside of one huge cage.
Yep. Always another fun one.
NXT
just had Great American
Bash. That's what it was.
but not the same thing, Jeremy. It just don't have the same
No.
feeling, nostalgia for me.
So until next time,
Lure us very high.
stay safe, have fun,
Enjoy your life.
yeah, and have a nice rest of the week. And we are
Everybody
going to
enjoy everything.
out of here.